Why do the world's richest individuals and families rely on a single, powerful entity to manage their vast empires? Welcome to The Power of the Parent. We are diving into the world of holding companies, the strategic vehicle preferred by billionaires like Warren Buffett, the Google founders, and many more. This structure is their secret weapon. A holding company allows a small team or even one individual to simplify strategic control across dozens or even hundreds of diverse businesses. At its core, a holding company is defined by the parent-subsidiary relationship. The parent company owns controlling shares in other companies, the subsidiaries. The wealthiest people on the planet use this structure for three powerful reasons: unmatched control, critical liability protection, and significant tax efficiency. Let's first establish the foundational concept. What exactly is a holding company and how is it structured? Crucially, a holding company primarily owns assets, which can be equity in other companies, real estate, or intellectual property. It typically does not produce goods or services itself. Imagine the parent company at the top, acting as the brain, with various operational companies branching out below it, all reporting back up the chain. In this structure, cash often flows up from profitable subsidiaries to the parent, while the parent holds key assets like intellectual property or real estate, leasing them back to the subsidiaries. Holding companies are highly flexible, allowing them to be established in jurisdictions around the world to optimize legal and tax efficiency, regardless of where the actual operating businesses are located. Beyond just ownership, the creation of a holding company is fundamentally a strategic move designed for optimal control and management. The primary strategic purpose is to gain significant control over multiple companies, often with just a majority, or even a strategic minority, stake in each. This allows for massive scaling of influence. By consolidating diverse businesses under one parent, the central leadership can efficiently allocate capital, resources, and talent across the entire portfolio, optimizing overall performance. In some cases, owning a minority stake is enough to secure board seats and influence key strategic decisions, all without taking on the operational risk of a full acquisition. Centralizing key functions like governance, treasury, and strategic direction at the parent level streamlines operations and ensures consistent policies across all subsidiaries. Perhaps the most vital benefit for the wealthy is the legal protection afforded by this structure: liability ring fencing. Each subsidiary operates as a separate legal entity. This is the mechanism that legally separates the risks of one business from the assets of another. If a subsidiary faces major financial trouble or litigation, the liability generally cannot reach the parent company's core assets or other subsidiaries. This is the shield. Holding companies are experts at isolating operational, regulatory, and litigation risks. A failure in one sector does not automatically bring down the entire empire. Often, holding companies create special-purpose vehicles, or SPVs, to manage specific, high-risk or high-value projects, ensuring that any related liability is strictly limited to that SPV. Beyond legal safety, holding companies offer exceptional financial advantages, primarily through sophisticated tax planning. In many jurisdictions, dividends paid from a subsidiary up to the parent company are non-taxable or lightly taxed, a huge advantage over distributing those profits to individual shareholders. Key assets like intellectual property, patents, and valuable real estate are often held directly by the parent company. This structure protects these core assets from operational business failures. Internal lending structures within the group can be optimized, allowing subsidiaries to deduct interest payments on loans from the parent or other related entities, minimizing taxable income. Holding companies facilitate efficient global tax planning, strategically utilizing low-tax jurisdictions for the parent entity or intermediate holding companies to legally minimize global tax liabilities. How does a holding company actually deploy its immense capital? Their investment preferences are distinct and highly strategic. The investment philosophy is usually long-term, focusing on value investing and acquiring distressed assets or businesses with durable competitive advantages and predictable cash flows. Holding companies often prioritize owning majority or minority strategic stakes in subsidiaries that generate reliable long-term cash flow, which is then used to fund new acquisitions. The structure offers superior flexibility, allowing the parent to easily divest, spin off, or restructure underperforming units without causing major disruption to the core business or the holding entity itself. Giants like Berkshire Hathaway and Alphabet, Google's parent company, perfectly illustrate this model, using the holding company structure for strategic diversification and risk management. Ultimately, the question remains: Why is this structure the undisputed choice for the world's most successful entrepreneurs and families? The holding company is the ultimate vehicle for consolidating vast, diverse wealth into a single, manageable, and highly protected entity. It provides generational wealth resilience by ensuring that the failure of one operating business does not jeopardize the entire financial foundation, securing assets for future generations. Holding companies remain the strategic backbone of billionaire business empires, offering a unique blend of control, security, and financial advantage that few other structures can match. Please remember that this video is for educational purposes only and should not be considered financial, tax, or investment advice. Always consult with a qualified professional before making financial decisions.